I'm gonna update my save just so we don't redo the whole conversation if something went wrong.
I think we are pushing our luck with the check.
Shit.
What if we expand it?
That almost went poorly for me.
They need permits.
Gotta make sure I stand on the rail first before I jump for it. The Kaneki Hiraki. So could I have made that jump? If I could have jumped from there to here, then I would have been able to hop right in the window. It just didn't seem feasible at the time. If I could just jump a little higher. Hit. Hit. I assume I don't have a second... No, I don't have a second point yet. I need two. Now, I gotta get that high jump. We're getting close.
I don't know why I never get to work the checkpoint.
Just gotta see about leaving this place and see what we can do about turning this guy in. My goal is to do what they mentioned before about trying to meet a, oop, I can stand on this thing. Well, that makes it easier to get out.
Not too many orcs out on the streets today.
There we go. Ta-da! What's up? Don't mind me.
Looking for permit.
Yep, don't mind me just magically materializing from behind you. That apparently didn't bother him. Oh. The drones. The creepy drones. So I haven't noticed since our initial conversation with, she's a witch.
Hey, come on, just let me...
No, lady, I think you should see this. And they're deporting Augs? So I didn't really notice since the very first conversation we were having with what's her name, but like,
Just because
our face is always covered.
Hello?
Showed me his credentials.
No, I don't see the dots anymore. Maybe they're not always covered in dots. Alright, so here's the question. Where can I find the cop? Let's see. Document agent, confront the forger upstairs. That's all done with. Deal with Drahomir. Meet with Edward and Arenka, yes. But what about, do I just talk to any cop, maybe? This person's suspicious.
I'm with you.
Not from here, are you?
What gives it away?
You just walked up to a police officer. And I have this funny feeling you expect something good to come out of it.
That's a self-depreciating about old police officers in a way that makes me think that she might be one of the good ones then. Let's see. Used to be a cop for what's worth. Let's see.
I used to be a cop, for what it's worth.
Let me guess, not in Prague. And not since the incident.
In America. Detroit, a long time ago.
I envy you. I look forward to the day that I can say I used to be a cop. A long time ago.
That bad?
If I could do it again, I would be a fireman. No one looks into a fire and thinks, shit, does this one really deserve it? You can just follow orders and feel good about it.
About the repression in this city.
Look, I have nothing against your kind, okay? Personally, I mean. But I am on the front lines of a police state. I am a child of my moment in history.
Sounds awfully abstract for a cop.
To be competent, I have to be complicit. My way of being okay with that is to be abstract. I don't drag human beings from their homes. I drag historical outliers. I don't shoot into unarmed crowds. I fulfill the will of history.
You mean the will of those in power?
Same difference.
There's some dark territory. So she's just... Because she's stuck with the job she has, she's just kind of distancing herself from her own actions and trying to absolve herself of responsibility to some extent by just accepting that it's just going to happen. But she's still doing it, so it's like, it's kind of a dark... It's a problematic territory to be distancing yourself of the events that you're doing. It's kind of how, like, Nazis happen, to an extent.
I recently got stopped at a fake checkpoint. Heard there was a cop around here who might know what I'm talking about.
Draumir, he's a slippery fuck. Pays off all the right people. Provides all these bullshit documents that prove he's legit. Regional inspector, my ass. I'm putting a file together.
A file? This guy's dressing up like a cop and harassing Augs in the street.
Sounds like 90% of the people I work with. Listen, the right amount of coin in the right kind of pocket, fancy-looking paperwork, those things go a long way in this city. Especially if the perception is that he's not really doing anything wrong. Just giving Augs a hard time.
There's more to it than that.
That's exactly what I think. Why don't you fill me in? What's Drahomir been up to behind my back?
There was a girl named Elena. The way she tells it, she was forced at gunpoint to work for Drahomir. They kept her in a little room and made her forge documents for them.
Why didn't she go to the police?
She was scared. A lot of people are scared.
Yeah, of course they are. Prague's going to hell. The bad cops don't care and the good ones are too busy filling out forms. Fuck it. Drahomir's been pulling this shit for long enough and I'm sick of being told to ignore it. Official police business now. Stay out of it.
That's gonna be a mess. Except they're going the wrong way. He's over there, isn't he? Where are you going? Oh, right, Drahomir. Uh-oh. Oh no, is she dead? Oh wow, her helmet came off. She's all badass. Oh no, that's bad. Oh, it's an EMP, so she's totally fine because she's a human. She must be invincible because she.
I've got an update on your friend Drahomir.
I've seen Drahomir pretend to be many things. My friend was never one of them.
It's been taken care of. He's not going to be a problem anymore.
Thank God. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad you did. Listen, if you ever need documents for something...
I'll be fine. Thanks.
No blind spots.
Well. That went from 0 to open gunfire in the streets instantly. They have a very different form of due process around here, apparently. Which is that they shout at somebody and then they shoot back and forth. And then that's their police work. Alright, I got my high jump. Yep. I missed you. Alright. Well, how'd that pan out for you? You looking to talk? No, I think they're still in panic, anger mode. I don't think she's gonna be talking until she finishes her search completion. That's not your voice. That was someone else's voice. She turned into a generic NPC that says random, that uses other people's voices instead. Well, the important thing is that they appear to have... Yep, this checkpoint's gone. So there's something, huh? Go ahead and update my save. Yay. I mean, I could grab their shit, I guess. Oh, that's a traffic cone. Combat rifle. Hey, it's Kaneki. Tell me more about your permit inspections, buddy. Ooh. Our little forger snuck out through the vents again last night. I know you think she is too scared to stay away for good, that she will always come crawling back out of fear, but still. Without her, our forgery ring is nothing. I understand how much you hate the idea of making structural changes to your mother's old building, but keep in mind that Kaneki and Hiraki Toys wasn't built to sustain our kind of operation. We need to do more to keep Melinda inside and to keep everyone else out. That would explain to some extent, for example, why they... one of the toys is here, weird. That would explain perhaps why they had all those lasers out there to stop people from getting through. And a straight up guard. Just looting everyone's bodies. Yeah. Got the rifle. So, were you Drahomir? You weren't Drahomir, were you? You're Kaneki. Where'd Drahomir end up at? These guys are just called checkpoint officers. Did they not get names or something? Anyway, those bodies are just out in the open now. It'll be interesting to see if the game cleans them up. There's another one. Well, a lot of bullets to sell later. We cannot open the dumpster, we can only pick it up. That was a shoot-on-sight situation, that erupted. Wait, could I have bypassed the checkpoint with this now? Oh yeah, now that I can pick up heavy objects, I could have just done that. Take that, checkpoint. I'm sneaking past now that I've already deleted it anyway. Anything around?
It's all right here.
You just called civilians? Okay. Just didn't know what the context was going to be necessarily. Checking around. Everyone's got different emotions on their faces.
I've got it all here. N, cheap, expensive, imported, exported, whatever.
Oh, there's an AUG right behind the checkpoint. That's a bit of a surprise.
You need it? I got it.
She's still in panic mode, it looks like. I mean, there was just a shootout out in the open. They didn't even, like, I don't think they even cleared the streets, really. They were just, like, just started shooting at everything. What are you? I don't know, I can't read the words in this town. Looks like it's a copy shop, or just an office. Radko Perry bursts onto local political scene. Do we know the password for you yet? Security rating of 5, wow, no joke. If we want to go up through there, we're going to have to use one of our hackers. That's not what I was going for. There we go. Oh. This is a political office. For Radko Perry, this entire office is dedicated to this one guy. Security rating of 1. I'll try hacking it. This looks a little chaotic. Wait, you can go straight from there to there, and it's a security rating 1? Seems like you guys have a bit of an advantage here. Let's see, capture detection 45%. My chances seem null, basically. I could try nuking, but that probably won't help out. Let's see. Let's give it a shot. Yay! What can go wrong? Wow, how am I not captured yet? What?
Access granted.
Did I just win a coin flip like 5 times in a row? Or does capture detection no longer mean what I think it means? Either way, what's in here? Ooh. You guys keep a gun in here? And some hacking software. Alright. It's gonna suck to be you later when you go for that gun when this place is in danger and you find out that somebody took it some time long ago. That might be a little dark for you. I am curious now who this guy is, though. There's a whole office dedicated to him. The following is a transcript of the speech Radko Perry gave last week as he opens his campaign for head secretary to the office of the Regional Inspector of Municipal Affairs. A big title for a man with even bigger political aspirations. We mustn't fool ourselves, friends. I expect a difficult campaign. You can bet the elite liberal media will be hell-bent on attacking my character. Crowd boos elite liberal media. It probably has something to do with my unflinching resolve to finally rid our fair city of every last mechanical abomination, to resolve once and for all Prague's AUG problem. Crowd cheers. My competitors will argue that the AUG question doesn't technically fall under the domain of the head secretary of the Office of Regional Inspector of Municipal Affairs. They will tell you that we must wait for the UN. Radko bangs podium, crowd cheers. I, Radko Maximilian Perry, will not wait for the UN. An AUG is a disgusting mongrel, an affront to all that is wholesome and human. Worse, it is a walking bomb waiting to go off in front of our wives and children. If our elected officials are telling you that something of such magnitude isn't their problem, you must demand better elected officials. We must demand Radko Maximilian Perry. Radko drops microphone, crowd erupts. We're writing a literal mic drop into the story, okay? It's official. Radko Perry is running for the position of head secretary, the primary function of which is to inspect the city's sewage and waterworks. And he's doing it on an anti-AUG platform. If early polls are to be believed, his strategy is working. He's the sewage dude, and he's gonna go on an anti-AUG platform. I want to make fun of it, but that happens for real. Like, in real life, people run for really irrelevant positions on the basis of really evocative politics, and then they get their way. Should I do it? I could hack it. I could do it. That's not the button to do that with. That's the button. I was pressing the button that you use in Hey, this menu's back again. I pressed the button that opens the radio menu in Dishonored. Let's see. There we are. The multi-tool. How do I... There we go. So that one's now gone forever, presumably. The question is, was it worth it? I'm curious what's over here. Maybe there's a bunch of money. I did not mean to fall in there. That's awkward. I fell directly into a sex dungeon is what just happened. Wow. Someone upstairs? I heard this is interesting, and while I agree, I don't want anyone to walk in on me right now. Why is there a bear head in here? Is that necessary? Is that waist level, which is all the more worrying, because that's a sex swing right there. Studio bag. Okay. Yep. Well, we wouldn't want any of this to get out, would we? Where do I get my photography eyes where we're going to expose them to the lamestream liberal media? Oh, there's a camera. There's even a camera. Just add to the pile. Got some money. Oops. Knocking things over a little bit. I mean, of course I want access to the computer. I just jumped on top of the computer. That was the wrong button. Alright, Radco Perry, who I can't hack into it without a password. And we don't know the password. Alright. Take a look around. That vent might be informative. Otherwise, we don't have a lot to go on. Let's see if I can find a password. Mr. Perry. Oh. Well, that was a waste of a multi-tool, because that just leads into the same spot. Silly me. There's just a vent next door. Huh. The question is, do I use another multi-tool to go into the computer? And is there any reason to? This is all amusing for environmental reasons of like the world around me, but it's not necessarily... It doesn't necessarily have much of a purpose. I probably want one of these anyway. So I'll go ahead and craft one. Should I? I find it amusing. Let's just do it. Oh no! I've made a terrible mistake. Guess who mixed up what button they were going for? Well, it's a basement too. Realistically, this might not really clear out so much. Well, there is a giant vent in the wall. But still, that was a hell of a mistake. Hey there. Hack for me. Hack for me. Teach me your secrets. Weird computer. It's unlocked. Alright, early polls. People are responding very favorably to the anti-aug message. More importantly, 78% of the people we asked have no idea what the actual function of head secretary is. How convenient. The strategy moving forward must stay the same. No matter what the question, your answer must drive home a single message. Radco Perry doesn't like augs. All that matters here is branding. We associate the name Radco Perry with anti-aug, and you can run for whatever position you want. M. Voracek. Makes you wonder why he's running for that position. This is from Robin Johannes. Dear Mr. Perry, I would like to meet to discuss the printing of a short educational tract based on my upcoming book. The pamphlet must be meant for local distribution and would be sold at a small cost to cover my printing expenses. The subject of the pamphlet is an examination of what brought about our current and the current and prevalent anti-augmentation mindset in the general population, including government regulation, and how it is based on erroneous data resulting from historical bias, and also excluding the historical context and significance of the augmented population. I do understand that your current political position is strongly anti-augmentation, but I do hope that as a businessman you see the educational worth of such a pamphlet for everyone. People need to see all sides of an issue to make informed decisions, don't you think? Robin Johannes. Alright, so that person might be a good person to know, Robin, but no. That was not going to work, Robin. You dumb. That was never going to work. Is there anything behind these things? Yeah, I've mostly just wasted 2 multi-tools and checked the place out, but it was amusing to me. Also, somebody at the company was supposed to had to make this asset for their video game. Oh, this room. This nightmare room. Somebody's job was to make this part. Ha 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 ha. Alright, back into the open world. The first thing that interests me is dealing with the two people that need their copies. Yep, Edward and Arenka. Where can I find these two? Is that one of them right there? Oh, apparently one of them's like right in front of me. That's interesting. Didn't expect them to be necessarily that easy to find. But we'll give it a shot. This is just a hole in the street. What happened there? They're not cleaning up these bodies. They're not even cordoning off the area. Seems like not the right decision or reaction. Are you in here? Do you live here? Or work in here? Newspaper. Aug Lives Matter, huh? Alright. They're a little on the nose with their political commentary at that point. Maxime Chassé. That is odd. Series of 2D panels making up a deer, but then there's weird... these things hanging off, so it's called suspension. Huh. I've seen that before, the top part. I don't know what's with the hanging parts, though. It looks alright, I guess, and I guess that's all that really matters. That's a lampshade head, covered in arms. That's someone's face. Yes. Uh-huh. That looks like... nope. Yep, that's a smear. These sure are smears. Are you down here? Am I allowed down here? So far, I seem to be allowed to be coming down here. Girls from Paris. Opera Visser. Ballet Theater.
We were machines, sir. But terror and pain have turned us into souls. There is something struggling within. Moments when something enters into us. Thoughts come upon us which are not of us. We feel what we did not used to feel. We hear voices teach us to have children so that we may love them. Primus, is that you?
Are you Arenka Bauer?
Who are you? Please, take whatever you want. Just leave us alone.
I didn't come here to take anything.
You haven't? Arenka, she gets very scared. Whatever you've come to tell her, you should first tell me. I am the robot Helena. Arenka is not well. We must shield her.
Arenka paid someone to make her an aug permit. To keep her from being taken to Gollum City. That someone wants to come through.
Really? If that's true, we'll be very happy. If we can stay in Prague, maybe they'll even... There was once a great play that predicted so much. Robots, revolutions, the future of mankind. She memorized all of it. It's her way. It's my way of trying to understand.
I'll take your word for it. Here. This permit is good enough to fool anyone who takes a look at it.
Does this mean I don't have to hide anymore?
It's not that simple. You're still in danger. The permit needs to be activated. Otherwise, a routine scan will mark you for Gollum just the same.
I don't understand.
Sorry. There's no legal way for you to stay here. You should prepare for the worst.
We don't know how to prepare.
I'll take care of the activation. Just keep a low profile until I can get it sorted out.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
So she has some stress-related, well, stuff to be diagnosed. She distances herself from her emotions and what's going on around her and what's the setting is. She lives under her place, more or less. Oops, wrong button. You gotta hold it. Arenka Bauer, worried about you. Dear sister, I no longer know what to do. I've entertained your science fiction fantasies for months now, but I fear it's only making things worse. You are rehearsing for a role that does not exist, using Robot Helena to hide from what the world has become. I want to help you, Arenka, but I don't know how. Please, tell me what to do. It's from Thomas. So she has this split personality, or she has a role that she hides behind. Maybe it's just method acting, and it's like that, just a character she's invented that she hides behind that she doesn't think is real. It's hard to say for sure. I assume this is the script, basically, right? It's not in a language I can read, so... yeah. But I think it is the play that she's doing. Oh yeah, look at that. Robot Primus. She asked it, didn't she ask if I was Primus? If she was in character, it'd make sense. There's a shield back here on a whole stage. Looking for important details. Hello, what's that? I'm not sure what that was. Is this a copy of the play? It's a play, that's for sure. Robotka. Everyone says Robotka in session with each other. Hanzers burn in hell. They spray painted Hanzers in your basement? How'd they get down here? That sucks. How many posters have been on this wall? It's just a nightmare mess. It looks like like an exterior wall, not an interior wall. Huh. Well, first thing to do when things get cleaned up here is for you to go get some, once you're allowed to go outside, go get some paint and paint over the hate speech on your wall. Might have a better time once that's gone. Alright, so we found one. We need to find Edward. Is that you? No. Maybe somewhere further out. Sista Svert. That's that location. A separate location we're supposed to try to get to. Wait, is he just over here on to my side? Am I going the right way? Let's see. Civilians. Let's read the description then. Does the description of the quest tell me? I went to every single wrong tab for a second there. A couple of permits that help them stay on the right side of it. Edward is somewhere, but I don't know where. Well, that's not super useful. Huh. Well, this is telling me to go somewhere, but that was... it's like the prompt on the map was wrong or something. Is this what a real checkpoint looks like? I assume? Or it's just a guy that was guarding someone. What are you guys doing? Uh-oh. Could you not?
Just forget it.
Okay. So they're throwing rocks at... first of all, like, the glass is already broken, so it's a little silly at that point. But yeah, this seems to be the place.
Cash, Grandpa. That throw. I will call the
Boop. Teleporting man? Oh god. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for what you've done. Thank you. I didn't know what to do. There are not many people a man like me can call on for help.
What did they want?
What everybody wants. Money, to feel strong. At first I thought they were here to take me away. Any moment now, they will take me away.
Maybe it doesn't have to come to that.
Don't get an old man's hopes up. Unless... my daughter? Did she send you? She did, didn't she? Why else would you? Please, tell me. When can I see them?
Why would your daughter send me?
I thought maybe she and the little one finally decided to help Grandpa with his permit situation. But she probably understands that I need to avoid detection. It is better not to make contact.
When was the last time you saw them?
A few years. Since the day of the... you know.
The day of the incident?
The time I ran naked onto a football field as a teenager, that was an incident. This was the work of the devil. He closed our eyes, forced us to see what he sees.
That's a long time not to see someone you care about.
It's not their fault. My son-in-law, he keeps them away from me because... well, because...
Because why?
What, am I on trial? Soon you'll be judging me just like he did. Like they all did.
Judging you for what, Edward?
They say I became a monster in the park. It was during the incident.
You were with your family when the signal went out. Darrow's broadcast. It caused all those Augs to lose control.
I grabbed the youngest by the wrists. We were spinning. We spun like mad. I don't know where it came from. This exhilaration that wasn't mine. It was reckless, I admit. There were mosquitoes in my brain. There was blood. They say that it couldn't have been me. Someone else must have, a stranger, after I blacked out. Please, tell me you believe me. Tell me it isn't possible that I did that to him.
When the signal was broadcast, Augs everywhere were made to do terrible things. Things they would never have done otherwise. Some of them can't remember, or choose not to be able to remember. The truth is, yes, it's possible, Edward. But that doesn't necessarily make you responsible. It was out of our control.
I said, I tried to tell them, whatever my hands may have done, my heart did not. But what kind of defense is that? If I can't forgive myself, why should they? One of them is still alive, and whether I ever get to see him or not, I want to remain as close as I can. I want to remain in Prague.
Here, this permit should fool anyone at a glance.
I remember the officer saying I would have to pay again. Is that true?
No, I'm not here to collect. I'm here to help.
I appreciate that. So, what now? Do I have to activate something? I can put on my nice coat if necessary. If I have to wait in line, I'll wait in line. I don't complain.
The situation's a little less legal than that.
Oh. Do you need me to break in somewhere?
I'll take care of it. Just try to keep a low profile until I figure out how to validate your number.
All right. I can do that. I will wait here.
This dude's a go-getter.
Milena, I met with both those Augs you made permits for. Now what?
There's a computer at the government kiosk that handles the augment permit registry. You'll have to access it, quote unquote.
You mean break in?
The code to the server room is 6788. Be careful, there may be other forms of security.
Alright, I got it.
This dude is all like, oh, you need me to break in somewhere? Like, he's surprisingly on board, like, just ready to have this problem taken care of, so he's willing to do more than you'd expect as a result. Hey there, book. Chapter 8, Africa. Global politics. Alright, it's only one page, I'm curious. The Aug incident left Africa largely untouched thanks to the limited numbers of augmented humans across the continent. And like several of the nations in South America, many of the African nation-states saw an opportunity to step up and fill the economic gap left by struggling first-world nations. However, the presence of many Chinese interests on the continent has so far held this in check. Perhaps the most direct effect of what happened with the Augs has been the migration of augmented refugees from European Union and Eastern European states. Africa's comparatively lax regulations on HET, human enhancement technology, has seen a strong influx of odds. Fleeing the prohibitive laws that are coming into effect elsewhere, how this shift in population balance will play out is yet to be determined. Interesting. It almost seems like they might even be setting up for a potential sequel that takes place in a more southern country, or a southern continent altogether, like a South America or an African-based game where suddenly there's a disproportionately large number of Augs, and that could change the entire dynamic of everything going on in places like this. That could be interesting. That's distressing right there. And why would you make that a sign? Why would you do that? Can I turn it? Can I climb up here and turn this off? This is like the worst type of advertisement. It's a banner that shows a guy like suiciding off a cliff. There's a better solution to suicide. Mood stabilizer. That's fucked up. It's like it's just gonna give people ideas. I saw that way before I saw what it was for. Oops. Good thing I got that installed, or that would have been ironic.